Tonight is simple, no pressure, just a soft landing before sleep. You're home. Porch light still on. Rain threads the air like quiet strings. Kick off your shoes by the mat. Hang your light jacket on the hook. Set your phone to Do Not Disturb. Face down, a few steps away. Dim the living room lamp. One warm pool of light is plenty. Close the blinds. Let the night belong to itself out there. Take a slow breath in. 4 beats. Hold for 2. Easy exhale. 6 beats. Again, gentle. Nothing to fix. You're arriving, not performing. If thoughts crowd the door, nod to them. Later, they understand. And wait. Grab a soft blanket. Sit where you like. Couch corner or favorite chair. Feel your back supported. Shoulders drop. Jaw unclenches. Tongue rests behind teeth. Hands find each other. Or the blanket seam, something simple and steady. Listen. Rain on the gutter. A car passes, then fades. Quiet returns. Let your face go neutral. Brow smooth, eyes heavy but unforced. Supportive reflections, not therapy. We only keep what helps tonight. Notice your breath again. Cooler in, warmer out. Ordinary and kind. You don't owe the world answers after dark. It can wait. Think small. Lamplight on the rug. The faint tick of the thermostat. One more easy breath in. Hold. Long, slow out. Say it under your breath. I'm safe enough to rest. Good. Let the room do the work now. You can do less. When you're ready, we'll step to the porch, just to listen to rain. When you're ready, stand up softly. We'll let the night air meet you first. Ease the door open. Cool air greets your cheeks and hands. The porch light hums. Rain lines the light like silver threads. Step onto the mat. Feel the boards give a little under your weight. You're barefoot or in socks. Either way, it's fine tonight. The rail is damp. The welcome sign shines darker in the wet. Somewhere down the block, a gutter chatters, then quiets. A neighbor's pickup sits still under the maple, beads on the hood. Across the street, one upstairs window glows, then clicks to black. You lean on the post, shoulders lower another inch. Breathe in the earthy smell, wet lawn, cedar mulch, a hint of coffee. Let the air cool your thoughts, one by one. A distant train offers a low note that fades like a lullaby. The flag on your mailbox hangs heavy, red dimmed by rain. You don't have to explain this day. The night isn't asking. Notice the rhythm. Drip, soft rush, pause, drip again. If a worry tries to speak, nod once and face the rain. Right now is simple. You, the porch, the steady weather. You're not late to anything. You're right on time. Step back inside for a moment. The kitchen carries a quiet, familiar glow. Open the cabinet. Choose your favorite mug without overthinking. Maybe the chipped blue one. Maybe the camp mug from last fall. Fill it. Decaf coffee, chamomile, or simple hot water with honey. Steam lifts like a small flag. You meet it with a slow breath. Wrap both hands around the mug. Warmth settles into your fingers. Stand still while the kettle clicks off in the background. You don't rush. The night has no agenda for you. Stir once, slow. Watch the swirl loosen and fade. Take a careful sip. Let it touch the front of your tongue. Another sip, smaller. Warmth drifts to your chest, then lingers. Turn the light a notch lower. Edges soften. Colors go gentle. Set the mug down. Feel its weight, then the quiet after. Pick it up again. Your hands remember what helps. You might add a splash of milk, a cinnamon dust, or nothing. Taste again. Let it be ordinary and good. Listen, rain against the window, soft as a hallway whisper. Hold the mug close as you head back to the door. Tonight, small comforts count. This one earns its place. We'll step out again, warm in your hands, easy in your pace. Step back onto the porch. Mug warm, night air cool and kind. Stand easy, feet hip width, knees soft, shoulders free. Look toward the street light haloing the rain. Let your jaw loosen. Tongue rests, light behind your teeth. Breathe in through your nose. 4 soft beats. Hold for 2, just enough to notice the pause. Exhale, slow, through parted lips. 6 easy beats. Again, in for 4. Hold for 2. Out for 6. Match the rain's rhythm. Gather, release, gather, release. Let your belly rise before your chest joins in. If thoughts tap your shoulder, nod and keep the breath. You don't chase calm. You allow it, one breath at a time. Feel your hands warm around the mug. Feel your feet sure on the boards. Hear the gutters hush and the soft tick of cooling metal. In for 4, hold for 2, out for 6, longer, lighter. Imagine porch light on your worries, then a gentle dimmer. Nothing urgent survives this pace. One more round. Quiet in, quiet out. Good. Keep the breath easy as we start down the steps. Step down carefully. Gate latch lifts with a soft click. We'll follow the quiet street. The sidewalk shines like a ribbon. Rain lit by spaced halos. Your steps find an easy pace. No hurry. No goal. Just night. Puddles hold tiny constellations from each streetlight crown. You steer around them or through them as you please. A porch across the way hums with a lone bug zap. Farther on, a wind chime answers, then goes still. Your shoulders remember to drop another inch. Breathe the smell of wet asphalt, sweet and clean. Hedges bead with water, leaves trembling, then calm again. A mailbox, flag points down, done with the day. Some windows glow in soft rectangles, TVs low and blue. You don't need their stories tonight. Yours is enough. The crosswalk paint gleams, fresh as if newly laid. You wait for the passing car. Tail lights, a slow red brush. Step off the curb. Heel, then toe, gentle and sure. A lone sneaker hangs from a wire, rain dripping off the laces. You smile without trying. It's okay not to solve the mystery. Your breath stays even. In for 4, hold 2, out for 6. Street trees arch above, leaves whispering like a quiet chorus. You pass the corner deli, gate pulled down, closed sign tilted. Beyond the bend, the Little League field waits, empty and silvered. For now, keep the sidewalks glow as your guide. Every few steps, let your jaw soften again. You're doing less and getting more, just by walking. Chain link fence glistens, each diamond holding a small bead of rain. You rest your hands on the cool metal, then let them fall. The bleachers shine, aluminum turned soft by the night. A stray popcorn kernel floats near the drain, going nowhere. The infield is a dark quilt, bases pale as 4 little moons. Chalk lines have melted into suggestion, not rules. The dugout benches wait, names carved by summer boredom and pride. A batting helmet sits upside down, catching drops like a tiny pond. Scoreboard black. No count, no outs. Just the hush of a Tuesday night. You breathe, and the field breathes back. Wide, patient, unbothered. Remember the Saturday noise. Parents with camp chairs. Dogs tugging leashes. Remember the crack of aluminum. The cheer that rose, then fell. Tonight there's only drizzle and the faint buzz of the foul pole light. It's enough. Quiet proves its point without a speech. You walk the fence line slowly, step by easy step. Cleat marks from last weekend soften, then fade under rain. You pause by the first base bag, canvas dark and steady. Touch the top with 2 fingers, light as a promise kept. Not everything needs a score to matter. Not every inning needs a win to count. You think of the roles you've played: coach, chauffeur, peacemaker, planner. You set them down for a while, like gear after a long game. Listen for what isn't here. No advice, no pressure, no hurry. The quiet smiles, as if to say, this inning is for rest. A breeze pushes rain in a gentle sheet across left field. You step back from the fence and let it pass. Breathe in the clean, tin-sweet air of the lights. Breathe out the day's tight corners and old whistles. If a memory stings, let it be a small pinch, then release. You're allowed to keep the good and loosen the rest. One more look at home plate, bright and simple as a target. Then you turn toward the path, ready for what comes next. What if tonight isn't for fixing, but for noticing? What if the win is simply feeling your shoulders drop? You pause at the gate by right field. Rain softens to a hush, like a librarian's smile. What if being useful isn't the point after dark? What if rest is what makes you useful tomorrow? Breathe in for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6, as if fogging a cool window. What if you don't replay the sharp words from today? What if you let the night carry them to the drain? A light goes out in a house across the street. The block agrees. Enough for one day. What if you believe the small evidence in front of you? Your steady feet, your warm chest, your easy pace. Noticing counts. Choosing gentle counts. Letting go counts, even when no one sees. What if you set down the old story of should? Tonight, you practice could, and only the ones that help. You touch the fence once, Then release your hand. Rain beads break and rejoin, finding their way. What if the measure is breath, not answers? What if the goal is bed, not brilliance? In for 4. Hold for 2. Out for 6. Your jaw softens. Your brow smooths like wet chalk. What if the next right thing is small? Turn toward home, mug warm in your palm. Pace unhurried. You nod to the field, grateful and done for now. The sidewalk waits, quiet, generous, without an agenda. You take the long way home, streets quiet as a library. Porch light waits ahead. You remember the old promises, big words said under bright summer skies. I'll always, we'll never, spoken with easy smiles and clean shoes. Back then, you believed every syllable. Of course you did. That version of you was honest, hopeful, doing their best. Some promises kept for years. Some faded like chalk in the rain. Not failure, just weather. People change. Seasons move the goalposts. You picture a backyard cookout, paper plates, citronella, wide plans. You hear your own voice younger, brave, full of yes. It's okay to feel the tug in your chest. You can breathe with it, not fight it. Think of who you were, standing there by the grill. You thank them. They carried you here. Now, notice what stayed. Your instinct to show up. Your habit of care. Your steady way with hard days. Some words aged well. Some need new language to fit today. That's allowed. Stories revise. Characters learn their lines again. You don't need to judge the past to honor the present. You can set down the heavy always. Keep the gentle for now. A light drizzle returns, soft as a nod. You tuck the memory into your pocket, not your backpack. In for 4. Hold for 2. Out for 6. Quiet and kind. The night approves. Enough truth for one stretch of sidewalk. You pass a recycling bin, lids clicking in the breeze. Old labels go out. New space comes in. Let the promises shrink to their right size. Small, human, believable at the pace of breath. You reach your block. Porch light steady. A simple yes. You carry the lesson, not the weight. You slow your pace and listen the way you read margins. Not the headline, just the small notes people leave between words. A neighbor once said, "We should get coffee sometime." You heard the pause more than the plan. That was the message. A coworker said, No worries. But their shoulders climbed an inch. You caught the climb, not the phrase. Body writes its own caption. You think of texts with 3 dots, then nothing. Silence speaks too, but not always against you. Sometimes it's tired. You remember your own "I'm fine" last week. You meant, "Please ask later, not now." You forgive that version of you. Wind moves the trees. Leaves answer without speeches. Not every truth is loud. Many truths whisper and then rest. You practice hearing tone, not just content. The warmth, the rush, the skip, the sigh after the period. It doesn't make you cynical. It makes you kind because you catch the weight people carry. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6, as if smoothing a crumpled note. When words and undertones disagree, you choose patience. You let people be drafts, not final copies. You do the same for yourself. Say less, mean steady, show up when you can. A porch 2 houses down flicks off. You take the hint. Night is nudging you toward quiet. If a sentence from today still scratches, file the edges with breath. Round it, soften it, shelve it for morning. You arrive at your steps, lighter by what you didn't pick up. What matters will wait. What doesn't will fade. On your porch, you set down what won't fold tonight. Questions stay questions. That's allowed after dark. Let the day be a book you close gently. You can mark the page without finishing the chapter. Some knots loosen by being left alone. Some messages don't need replies at 10:30 p.m. Breathe in for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6, like fog leaving cool glass. Let the porch swing creak once, then rest. Let the mailbox flag keep its quiet red. The fridge hums, steady as a bass line. Streetlight rain makes it slow applause. You don't sort every feeling into bins tonight. Label later. For now, a single box. Keep what helps. If regret taps once, you nod and face the rain. Tomorrow, you promise kindly and mean it. Your phone stays face down on the entry table. Morning, you can handle morning things. Night, you belongs to rest. Let what's unresolved remain unresolved without punishment. Nothing urgent shrinks because you breathe. You simply grow room around it. In for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. You step inside, lighter by what you didn't force. Lights low, door clicks soft. We move from weather outside to weather within. You picture a narrow canal between houses. Calm water, not a wall. It's there, so gardens don't flood. Space that protects, not punishes. Think of the friend you love but can't call every night. The water between you keeps both shorelines steady. At work, you nod to someone who keeps its surface level. That's okay. Not every lane is meant for deep boats. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Let your shoulders agree with the space you keep. Remember a time you crossed too fast, eager to fix. The ground gave way. You learned to build a small bridge first. Notice the tiny tells, your energy dip after certain talks, the lift you feel when conversations end on time. Distance doesn't mean dislike. It can mean respect, clarity, a pace that fits real life. You imagine placing simple markers. Here's my side, there's yours. A lantern on each bank, both lights welcome, neither blinding. If guilt rises, see it as mist over water. Sun comes, mist thins. The canal remains useful. In for 4, hold 2, out for 6, quiet boundary breath. You honor closeness where it's true, space where it's needed. A car door thunks down the block. Then the night seals again. You let that sound be a period at the end of a long sentence. Some bridges you cross tomorrow. Tonight, it's enough to see the water and not fall in. You try a sentence that's simple and kind. I can't tonight, but I care. It lands softly. Clear words save both of you from guessing. You practice with small things first. Mute a chat thread after 9 p.m. Let your phone stay on the hall table. You answer emails in business hours, not at red lights, not in bed. The world keeps turning anyway. At family dinner, you choose one topic to leave alone. You pass the rolls, not the argument. Everyone eats warmer that way. With a friend who vents hard, you offer a time box. 10 minutes, then let's switch to wins. They exhale. You do too. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Boundaries ride the breath, not the jaw. You picture a garden fence waist high and friendly. It shows where to step, not who to be. You say, I need a moment, and actually take it. Water glass, porch step, night air on your face. You keep a phrase ready for surprise requests. Let me check my plate. It buys you pause without burning bridges. Your calendar holds open blocks with real names. walk, laundry, nothing. Protecting them makes the rest possible. When guilt taps, you notice it, then you check the facts. You're allowed to need rest. You're allowed to answer tomorrow. Breathe in 4, hold 2. Exhale 6, longer than the thought. You try a gentler no, not right now. True, brief, still human. You watch the night accept every line you draw. Rain doesn't argue the roof. It thanks it with a hush. Inside, the lamp glows like a boundary done well. Enough light to see, not so much you can't sleep. You place your cup in the sink with quiet care. Lines this soft turn out sturdy. They hold so you don't have to. Think of the people who tried and missed, not villains, just tired, distracted, very human. You soften your lens a notch. Blame loosens. Curiosity takes the wheel. I wonder what they were carrying today. A simple question that cuts the knot in half. You recall a sharp text you sent once. You'd give that version of you a glass of water now. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Like smoothing a rumpled sleeve, you picture placing a small grace on the table. No speech, just room for someone to breathe. At the grocery line, a rushed clerk skips hello. You meet their eyes and nod. It's enough. With family, you spot the effort under the habit. A joke that lands sideways still meant warmth. Gentle doesn't mean open season. It means you choose soft edges with clear lines. You practice saying, I see you trying. 5 words that change the weather in a room. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Let your shoulders answer for your mouth. Turn out one more light. Let the house feel your trust. Tonight, kindness is mostly quiet attention. You offer it once, then rest in the space it makes. Kindness inward now. We'll make your space warm and simple, then let it work. Start with light. One lamp only. Shade turned so it's soft and warm. Click off overheads. Let corners blur. Your eyes thank you instantly. Check the air. A notch cooler helps sleep. Tap the thermostat down 2 degrees. Easy, not chilly. Pull the curtains to calm the street glow. Leave a finger-width gap if moonlight feels kind. Smooth the bed once. Sheet flat. Blanket squared. 2 pillows, not 5. Room for your head to choose. Place a spare throw at the foot, folded like a quiet promise. You can reach for it without getting up later. Set your nightstand simple. Mug coaster, tissue, lip balm. Nothing loud or glassy. Plug your phone across the room. Do not disturb on. Alarm set. Face down. Done. If scent helps, try one clean note. Lavender, cedar, or fresh laundry. One is plenty. Let it whisper, not announce. Tuck a small trash bag into the bin. Future you loves tidy edges at bedtime. Open a window an inch if rain allows. Let the room breathe the way you do. Lay out tomorrow's tea and socks on the chair back. Tiny kindness to your morning self. Put a glass of water by the lamp. One sip later saves a trip. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. While you dim the lamp one more notch. Listen to the house settle. Fridge hum. Heat tick. Distant tires. You're building quiet the way a fire builds coals. Stand in the doorway and scan once. Slow, clear, soft, ready. The room says, I've got you. You nod back. That's the spark you needed. Warm from within, you turn toward the night ahead. Sit on the edge of the bed. Feel the mattress answer you back. Your worth isn't a scoreboard tonight. Not inbox count. Not likes. Not anyone's tone. Think of 3 quiet things you did today. Showed up. Listened once. Chose patience instead of winning. Name them under your breath. Small doesn't mean shallow. Small is how roots work. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Let the chest unhook by a notch. Remember a time you felt useful and unseen. You still mattered. You were the glue, not the banner. Value from within is boring in the best way. It doesn't swing wild. It hums. It keeps. Picture a pilot light, steady blue behind the stove door. You don't stare at it. You trust it's there. You're allowed to be average in public and precious at home. Allowed to measure by calm, not applause. Check your shoulders. Drop them like you set down a heavy tote. Say, I count because I care. Simple math. True after dark. True at dawn. Trace a small circle over your heart with your palm. Warmth answers hand. Hand answers warmth. Think of one boundary you kept today. That's worth more than 3 extra emails. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Longer. then the doubt. If someone pulled away, don't chase the mirror. Your value didn't go with them. You are the mountain in this weather. Rain can visit. It doesn't decide your height. Turn the lamp to its lowest. Let the room know you've chosen enough. One more breath. Quiet in, quiet out. You keep the warmth you made. Slip on the soft socks waiting by the bed. They make the carpet feel like new snow without the cold. Shake the blanket once, slow. Let it fall with a friendly weight over your legs. Cup your mug for a final sip. Warmth moves from hands to chest, then settles. Rub a pea of lotion into your palms. Press them over your face like a quiet curtain. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6 through your nose. Gentle and even. Roll your shoulders forward, up, back. 3 small circles. Neck tilts right, then left, as if listening for rain. Place one hand on your belly, one on your heart. Feel the rise meet the rise, the fall meet the fall. Whisper your 3 words for tonight. Safe, warm, enough. Or any that fit better. Turn the lamp off, then on, then off again. A tiny ceremony that tells your body we're closing. Slide under the sheet. Let fabric cool and then welcome you. Find the pillow edge that supports your jaw. Let the rest of your face go quiet. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Imagine dimming a porch light one more notch. If a thought returns, tuck it under the coaster on the nightstand. It can wait with the ring of the mug. Pull the blanket to your collarbone. Warmth closes the last small distance. You've made the room, the pace, the signal. Now let warmth do the heavy lifting for a while. Room ready. Breath steady. Now we zoom out, just enough to see the stage. All day, you wore costumes without the wardrobe truck. Parent, partner, co-worker, neighbor, driver, fixer, listener. Each came with lines you mostly knew by heart. Did you eat? I've got it. No worries. I'll swing by. Some scenes were slapstick, spilled juice, lost keys, late emails. Some were tender, quick hug at pickup, note on the counter. You hit your marks because someone needed that steadiness. Even when you felt off script, you stayed in the light. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Curtain softens, not your courage. You remember a moment you improvised well. A calm reply instead of a lecture. A shrug instead of a storm. Rolls can help until they pinch. You notice the pinch sooner now. That's wisdom, not weakness. There's a scene stealer in you, the one who solves fast. You pat their shoulder. Tonight, take 5. There's also the understudy, quiet, steady, often overlooked. You give them the lead for bedtime. They know this part. A true thing. You're not only who others need, you're also someone at rest with no audience at all. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6, like bowing to an empty house. You set down the briefcase role, the referee role, the comic relief. Keep just human who gets sleepy and deserves peace. If the mind offers a recap, let it fade to credits. White names on black, scrolling slow, music low. Every play ends. Another begins. Between them, there's this lamplight blanket breath. You don't have to nail tomorrow's lines tonight. You only need this pause where the stage goes dim. One more breath. The rolls hang back on their pegs. You step off stage kindly, still you without the costume. Honest doesn't mean harsh. It means you tell the truth at a gentle volume. Start with yourself. I'm tired. I need quiet. That can wait. You say it in plain English, not excuses. Your body relaxes when your mouth matches your needs. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Let the words arrive at that pace. Honest looks like closing the laptop at 9. Texting, tomorrow works better, and meaning it. It's answering the question you were asked, not the one you fear, not the one you want. At home, you swap clever for clear. I'm upset, not sarcasm. I'm worried, not noise. You choose one truth at a time. Small truths stack. They make sturdy floors. When you miss, you circle back. I overreacted. I'm sorry. Repair beats perfect. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Longer than the habit to explain. Honest with others gets easier after honest with you. You're less sharp. You're more steady. Tonight's truth is simple. You did enough. You're allowed to rest. Turn the lamp one notch lower. Let the room hold the rest of the speech. Not every idea is yours to carry. Not every tip fits your life. Take what helps tonight. Leave the rest like flyers on a cafe board. Keep the breath count if it steadies you. Skip it if counting makes you tense. Hold the mug if warmth soothes. Trade it for cool water if that's better. Use the porch image if rain calms you. Switch to beach, woods, or a quiet library aisle. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6, long and light. Keep one sentence that landed. Small truth stack. Or, I'm safe enough to rest. Let any line that felt pushy drift off. You don't owe ideas a home. Take the boundary phrases that felt kind. Let the others go back on the shelf. Keep the slow pace. Drop any rule that buzzes. You're building your own mix. One part ritual, one part trust, one part breath. If doubt asks for proof, point to your shoulders. They've dropped. That counts. If the mind wants more, say tomorrow. Night shifts prefer quiet work. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Like dimming a lamp to low. Pocket only what fits. Light load. Warm room. Clear path to sleep. House quiet. Door closed. We turn toward the people under your roof with softer steps. Your parents carry maps drawn decades ago. Different roads. Same hope. You get home safe. They ask twice if you've eaten. It's love. Translated through habit. They repeat stories you know by heart. You let them finish. Ending matters to them. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Choose calm over scorekeeping. When advice arrives without being asked, you sort gently. Thanks, I'll think on it. You skip the courtroom tone. No opening statements. No closing arguments. You ask a simpler question. What did it look like when you were my age? They tell you about coupons, landlines, church basements. You nod. Context softens edges. At dinner, you let one opinion pass unchallenged. You pass the salad instead. Everyone eats warmer. If a comment stings, you take a sip of water. You answer next, not now. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Keep your shoulders below your ears. You set a quiet boundary that doesn't rattle the table. I'll handle this part. I've got a plan. You notice the effort behind the outdated rule. Safety, not control, lives there. You find a task to do. Collect plates, wipe the counter, check the porch light. Action turns down the volume on old scripts. Kindness keeps the room intact. When good night comes, you make it easy. Hug, love you, lights low, hallway calm. You don't need to win to rest. Home works best when no one's on the stand. Breathe in 4, hold 2, Exhale 6, longer than the urge to correct. You carry forward the part that still helps. Care, steadiness, showing up. The rest can stay in the past. They leave the light on. You click it off without a speech. They stack mail by the microwave. You set a basket there and call it solved. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Choose ease over evidence. You trade, why do you always, for, could we try? You keep requests small and specific. Shoes by the mat helps me breathe. You time hard talks for gentle hours. Not at the door. Not past bedtime. You notice their bids for connection. A meme. A shoulder bump. Coffee poured first. You turn toward more often than away. Thanks for that. 2 seconds that change weather. When a habit scratches, you check your battery. Hungry? Tired? Maybe it's not the socks. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Pick one thing to let slide. You praise what you want repeated. Loved how you locked up early. You try a swap instead of a scold. I'll handle trash if you do dishes. If voices rise, you call a short time out. Water, hallway, reset. You come back softer. Repair beats perfect. I snapped. I'm sorry. You both unclench. You mark the tiny rituals that work. Friday pasta. Sunday walk. Phones face down at 9. You remember the good reasons for quirks. Light on means caution. Mail pile means full plate. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Longer than the urge to teach. You ask for one change, not 6. You give it time to land. You laugh when you can. Jokes ventilate rooms better than lectures. At the sink, shoulders touch for a second. You let it count as an I love you. You choose to be on the same team. Problem on the counter, not between you. When night says enough, you agree. Hands find hands. Lights go low. Quiet wins. They slam a door. You breathe before you knock. You keep your voice low and slow. Weather radio, not thunder. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Lead with calm, not content. You try the hallway first. Less face to face. More side by side. You name what you see, not what you fear. Big feelings. Tough day. You offer choices with guardrails. Talk now or later, water or space. You keep questions small. One at a time, room to answer. If they shrug, you accept the shrug. You stay near without pressing. You remember your storms at that age. You lower the bar for wisdom. Raise it for warmth. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Let silence help you. You watch for tiny bids. Feet closer. Breath softer. Eyes lifting once. You reflect, not lecture. So the coach changed the lineup. That stung. You offer the body route. Walk with me to the kitchen. Cold grape. Cold glass. Fuel first. Talk second. Half the storm was hunger. You skip moral of the story. You give a blanket and the remote. Later, you circle back with one sentence. Next time, try words before doors. You praise the return, not the perfect behavior. Thanks for coming back. That was brave. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Let your shoulders tell the room it's safe. You hold your boundary without heat. No phone tonight. We reset tomorrow. You keep good night simple. Forehead touch. Love you. New day in the morning. When the door clicks soft, you exhale. Storm past. House intact. You thank the quiet for its help. You thank yourself for not making it weather worse. One more check of locks and lights, then back to the room that waits, warm and ready. Hallway dim, house held. We turn to the lessons that hurt and still teach. You remember the goodbye that didn't feel finished. Words frayed, keys on the table. Quiet, too loud. You don't rewrite it. You let the ink stay blotchy where it bled. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Name the feeling without the story. Some songs still sting on contact. You press skip and call that wisdom, not denial. You keep what was true, the laughter, the small rituals, the kindness that showed up. You release the parts that bruised you twice, the if-onlys, the why-nots, the self-blame loop. Hand over heart, you say, it happened, I learned. Simple, not a verdict, a milestone. You remember how your body kept going anyway. Showers, work, groceries, the street you walked every night. You fed yourself on lonely days. That counts. That's love too. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Let the ache widen into room. You decide what love means now. Less proving, more peace, better boundaries, warmer tone. You make a short list of how you'll treat a new heart. Ask first, listen long, repair fast. You forgive who you were in that old scene. They wanted safe. They tried with the tools they had. You place the keepsakes in a smaller box, enough to honor, not enough to trip over. When memories knock after lights out, you open a window and let them pass through. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6, longer than the urge to text. You bless the road that split. It led you here, to a room that holds you. Tonight, love is a steady blanket and your own pulse. You rest inside both, no permission needed. You remember the email subject line too clearly. Meeting moved. Then the room. Then the words. Your badge felt heavier on the walk out. The parking lot was too bright for that hour. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Let the body go first. Mind follows later. You didn't fail at being a person. A budget shifted. A chart changed. Doors closed. You texted 2 people who know your steadiness. They answered with soup, names, and time. You made a list the next morning. Sleep, shower, stretch, call unemployment, update resume. Small squares on a page. Checking one felt like air in the room. You returned the laptop with quiet dignity. You kept your kindness on the counter. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6, longer than the sting of titles. You remembered skills that don't live on business cards. Keeping a cool head, setting a table, seeing what's needed. You walked the Little League path at noon. Different light, same steady feet. You answered 3 networking notes, not 30. Enough to move, not to drown. You let the house hold you in off hours. Laundry done, trash out. Dinner simple and warm. You gave yourself a paycheck of praise. Showed up, tried again, sent the thing. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Let the future be a hallway, not a cliff. You practice telling the story without apology. My role ended. I'm open. Here's what I do well. Some doors stayed shut. You leaned on the ones that hissed open a crack. You kept one anchor, day a week, just for rest. Tired brains hunt worse. Rest is strategy. When the offer finally came, you didn't owe the past revenge. You owed yourself a clean start and a good night's sleep. Tonight, job or no job, you matter. Your worth outlives logos and logins. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Let the pillow take what the desk can't, the diagnosis, or the scare, or just the day your back said no. Your calendar didn't ask permission. Your body answered anyway. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. You meet yourself where it hurts. not where you wish. You remember the waiting room hum, magazines from last year, TV low, vending machine light. A nurse spoke gently while taping the cuff. You nodded, counting tiles, choosing calm. You learned the map of new limits. Lift less, nap more, ask for help before the edge. You stocked the fridge with easy food. Eggs, yogurt, cut fruit. Soup you can pour. You put meds in a simple tray. Morning left, evening right, small wins visible. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6, longer than the urge to sprint. You discovered stairs are negotiations, so you made peace with the first floor for a while. You told 2 trusted people the real update. They drove. They carried. They stayed until the dishwasher sang. You practiced slower showers and soft towels. You dressed in kindness, loose clothes, warm socks, no shame. On better days, you walked to the mailbox and back. Victory, stamped and mailed. On hard days, you let the couch be a shoreline. You didn't fight the tide. You rested with it. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Pain rides out. You ride wiser. You stopped arguing with mirrors. You thanked your body for showing up at all. You learned to measure progress in inches. Less ache getting up, deeper sleep, laughing once before noon. You let friends drop soup without small talk. You waved from the porch, love said in pajamas. You kept a sentence for the stubborn moments. This is temporary, or I can adapt. Either way, I'm here. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6, letting your ribs widen, then rest. Tonight, you treat your body like a good dog. Feed, water, gentle words, early bed. You tuck the covers the way you like them. You make comfort a plan, not a prize. Fragile doesn't mean failing. It means precious, handled with care, worth every minute. You close your eyes and thank the lungs that stayed, the heart that kept time, the hands that did what they could. One more breath, then another. Your body hears you choosing it and softens by a notch. Lessons tucked, room steady. We finish the night by shrinking the world to kind size. Start with switches. Hallway off. Bathroom nightlight on. Bedroom lamp low. Close the closet door. Your eyes rest better without open shapes. Check the lock once, not 3 times. Say, safe, and let that be the end of it. Breathe in 4, Hold 2. Exhale 6. Dim with the breath. Turn the thermostat one click toward cool. Sheets like a quiet pond waiting. Unplug what blinks. Routers, chargers, little blue dots that argue with sleep. Face clocks away from the pillow. Time keeps itself without your help. Pull the curtains together. Finger width gap for moon if you like. Street light softens to a glow you can ignore. Set the mug on its coaster. One small sound of arrival, then still. Lay tomorrow's keys in the bowl by the door. A clear morning starts here. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Let your shoulders agree. Turn the lamp to its last notch. Your pupils widen. The room grows kind. Whisper your house a good night. Kitchen, hallway, couch, each one did its job. Slide the phone to its corner, cross the room. Do not disturb holds the line for you. One last walk through with your eyes, not your feet. Everything where it belongs, nothing asking. Click, lamp off. Dark like velvet, not like void. Stay still a moment. Let the quiet rise to meet you. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Longer than the day. You've made low light into a friend. Now it makes you one back. Walk the phone to the dresser. Face down. Cord tucked. Done for the night. Switch on Do Not Disturb. Alarm set. Emergencies still get through. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Feel the space you just made. Out of reach means out of reflex. Thumbs relax when there's nothing to scroll. If the itch shows up, you smile at it. Morning. A one-word rain check. Turn off badges that bark for attention. Silence teaches the room your rules. Place a paper and pen by the bed. Wake thoughts can land there, not on a screen. You pick an old school backup, book, magazine, or the ceiling's soft geometry. Set a tiny rule for tomorrow. Open blinds before apps. Water before feeds. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Notice your jaw let go. You choose a charging ritual name. Dock and drop. Short, friendly, final. If worry asks, what if? You answer, if needed, they'll call twice. You step back from the dresser 2 full paces. Distance turns to calm. Hands empty now. You feel the blanket more, the mattress more, yourself more. One last glance at the quiet screen. It obeys. That's the point. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6, longer than the habit to check. Phone far away. Mind closer to sleep. Lie back. Let the mattress hold more of you every breath. Start at the forehead. Smooth the space above your eyes like wiping fog from glass. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Let your brow forget today's headlines. Eyes heavy, not forced. Imagine warm shade over a quiet porch. Jaw unclamps. Tongue rests soft behind your teeth. Lips part a whisper. Face goes neutral, friendly, done. Neck long. Picture the pillow meeting you halfway. Shoulders drop toward the mattress. Everything you carried can sit by the door. Arms loose. Biceps, elbows, forearms, like ropes with the knots untied. Hands unfist. Thumbs float away from the index fingers. Breathe in 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6. Long enough to feel weight settle. Chest easy. Notice cooler in, warmer out. That's your proof of here. Ribs soften like blinds tilting shut. Back widens. Melts a little into the bed. Belly kind. Let it rise first, then fall without trying. Hips heavy. Imagine placing 2 smooth stones there, steady and sure. Thighs release. Quadriceps, hamstrings. Curtains unpleading. Knees say thank you. Calves follow, unwrapping from the day. Ankles slack, feet warm and wide, toes spreading inside the blanket. Breathe in 4, hold 2, exhale 6. Keep the exhale like a dimmer sliding down. Scan for any leftover tight corners. If you find one, give it a longer exhale and move on. Now notice your whole outline, softer edges. More bed than effort. Count 2 more breaths just to seal it. In 4, hold 2, out 6. Again, nothing else to adjust. Let the room keep watch while you drift. Room settled, breath easy. We slip from words into quiet. Lay your head the way it likes. Pillow holds. Blanket agrees. Breathe in 4, hold 2. Exhale 6. Longer, lighter, lower. Let the porch rain play for you. A soft metronome under everything. Picture a single window with warm light. Inside it, you already safe enough. Thoughts turn to fireflies. Here, then gone. No chase required. Jaw loose, brow smooth, hands heavy and kind. In for 4, hold 2, out for 6, as if dimming the last lamp. Nothing left to sign or send. Nothing left to prove. You keep only 3 small truths. You showed up. You cared. You're allowed to rest. Breath thins like mist over water. Edges blur the good way. If a worry knocks, it finds no door. Just night, soft and endless. One more in for 4. Hold 2. Exhale 6, and let the room carry you. Quiet keeps watch now. You can drift.